Hey everyone, Delta Fan 270 here at the Palms View International Airport update for July. There's some news for the airport, and I have 3 new models, and 2 of the airlines are new. And yeah, and I'm now in the Global Airport Alliance. Huge shout out to everyone in there. They're really nice people, and it's like a community for aviation enthusiasts, and you get to do routes and stuff like that with other people to other people's airports. So if you're in the GAA and you want a route, you can put in the comments down below. They're probably not going to be next update because I'm going to do them in between, or every other update probably, but they're going to be in this one. There's 2. But yeah, huge shout out to the GAA, and let's get into this update. Active runways right now are 9 right, 9 left, 10 right, 10 left, and not runway 4. 10 right and 10 left and 4 obviously aren't here because I don't have room. But anyway, just taxiing off of runway 9 right, we have an American Airlines 737-800. This just came in from San Diego, and it's gonna make a flight over to Seattle later. Going around, because the American 738, we have a Virgin Atlantic A330. This is coming in from London Heathrow. Just came in, this United 753 just came from San Francisco, and it's gonna make a flight back out there later. Only show the runway, or, well, he's gonna go over to runway, either 9 right or 9 left. This Delta E170 is going to make a flight over to Buffalo, and it came from Fort Myers. Delta MD-80. Oh yeah, and the time frame for the airport right now is 4:30 to 5-ish p.m. This Delta MD-88 is going to make a flight over to Charleston, and it came from Oklahoma City. Over on this runway, we have a Delta A320 just taking off. This is going Orange County, and it came from Grand Rapids. American 752, this is going to New York JFK, and it came from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Delta A320, this is going to Charlotte, and it came from Nassau earlier today. Air France A340, this is going to make a flight over to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Delta 737-700, this is going to Huntsville, and it came from Chicago O'Hare. United A320 Friendship, hold on. This is going to Houston Intercontinental, and it came from Chicago O'Hare. So now let's start with Terminal 2. And JetBlue has actually moved to Terminal 2, which I'll get into later. Over here we have the JetBlue 10th anniversary A320. Hold on. This is going to Austin, and it came from Boston. He's just about to push back. JetBlue A321. This is going to Fort Lauderdale, and it came from Los Angeles. And just pulling into the gate, we have a JetBlue A320 Sharklets. This just came in from San Juan, and it's going to make a flight over to Barbados later. Now over to Terminal 1, we have a Delta A330-300. This is going to make a flight over to Dublin, and it came from Madrid. I don't remember if I covered this yet, but anyway, this is going to Washington National, and it came from Milwaukee. Delta A319, this is going to, sorry. That Delta A320 over there, that's going to Dallas Fort Worth, and it came in from Cincinnati. And this Delta A319, that's going to Orange County, and it came from Grand Rapids. Delta 739, this is going to this is going to San Francisco, and it came from Kansas City. Delta 752, this came from Los Angeles, and it's getting its kind of getting checked out because it was a bit of a rough flight from Los Angeles. And if it doesn't check out for another flight, they're just going to get another 75 in, but if it does, it's going to make a flight over to Boston. Delta MD-88, just getting a little bit of service. This is going to Philadelphia and came from Indianapolis. Delta MD-90, this is going to Denver and it came from Baltimore. Delta 739, just getting some service, some catering and baggage. This is going to Salt Lake City and came from Montego Bay earlier. Delta 753, this is going to Atlanta and came from Detroit. Delta 767-300, just getting some baggage service. This is going to London Heathrow. No, wrong one. This is going to Amsterdam and it came from Munich. And just pushing back over here, we have a Delta 752 Sky Team. This came in from Portland earlier, and it's gonna make a flight over. It's just pushing back for Copenhagen. Empty Virgin Atlantic gate. Delta A330-200 getting some service. This is gonna make a flight over to Zurich, and it came from Zurich. The first GAA route, we have a Delta 777-200. This came in from, this came from Central Texas International or Gemini Jet's 1975's airport earlier. And now it's just about to push back for a flight over to Paris, Charles de Gaulle. Just pushing back, we have a KLM A330-200 95th anniversary. This is going to be making a flight over to Amsterdam. And now over here, by Terminal 5, this Delta 717 just got pushed back for a flight over to Tampa and came from Memphis. Now over to the second board, there are two new models over here, but let's just start here. We have a Silver Airways Saab 340. This is just coming in from Fort Myers and it's gonna make a flight over to Orlando later. This is the first new model. You probably see the other one in the background. We have a Continental 767-400, but it's just gonna operate as United at my airport. This was only $8, so I didn't really care that it said Continental. I mean, they have the same livery anyway. But this came in from Los Angeles earlier, and it's gonna make a flight over to Berlin at about 5:40 p.m. It's getting some service right now. And this is also gonna do, say, Apollo flights at my airport. And United's now a focus city for the airport. I mean, no. The airport is now a focus city for United. This United A319 this is just about to push back for a flight to Washington Dulles, and it came from San Juan. United Express CRJ-700. This is going to be making a flight over to Cleveland, and it came from Washington National. Over here we have an Alaska 738. This is going to make a flight over to Seattle-Tacoma later. We have a Frontier A319. This is just coming in from Cleveland. It's coming in from Cleveland, and later it's gonna make a flight over to Chicago here. United A320 just landed a while ago. Well, it's coming off from the runways, from one of the runways 10 right or 10 left. It's coming from one of its taxiways. This is going to make this just came in from Boston, and it's gonna make a flight over to Newark later. United Express CRJ-200. This originally came in from LaGuardia and was supposed to make a flight over to Orlando, but there were some mechanical failures on the approach to the airport, so they just got all the passengers off, and now it's over here for the people, the FAA and United, to inspect it. But yeah. Now the second new model, we have a Norwegian Air Shuttle 787-9. This is just coming in from London Gatwick, and it's gonna make a flight back over there later. We have the fire trucks and everything for a water salute. Norwegian Air Shuttle also offers routes to Copenhagen and Oslo out of my airport. Being we have a Caribbean Airlines 738 just pushed back, what they did is that they took him from this gate over here and then they put him over there so he wouldn't be in the way of the other planes passing. This is going to Port of Spain, and it came from Port of Spain. Now over to the third board. We have a Delta 738, just taxiing to runway, I'll just say 9 right. 10 right, jeez. This is going to Las Vegas and came from Phoenix. Over here we have a Virgin America A319. This is going to be making a flight over to San Francisco and came from San Francisco. Let's just start with this one. We have an American 777-300. This just arrived from Hong Kong and it's gonna make a flight over to London Heathrow later. American A330, just getting a little bit of service. This is going to Madrid and came from Lima. British Airways 787-8. This just came in from London Heathrow. It's pulling into the gate now. You have a catering truck there. Qantas 747 making a flight over to Sydney. American A321. This is going to Los Angeles and it came from SFO. Interjet A320 just about to push back for Cancun and it came from Cancun. American MD-80 getting some service. This is going to make a flight over to Colorado Springs and it came from Minneapolis. Those are new routes. Oh yeah, I also made this like ground operations tower type thing, like the one over there at Terminal 5. You have an American Eagle CRJ 700 just pushing back for a flight over to Orlando and it came from San Antonio. American A319. This is going to Tampa and came from Salt Lake City. US Airways American A319 Allegheny. This is going to Houston Intercontinental and came from Memphis. Just pulling into the gate over here, we have an American 738. This just came in from Denver and it's gonna make a flight over to Miami later. Also just pulled into the gate, we have a US Airways A320. Just came in from Cancun and it's gonna make a flight over to Charlotte later. And now over here, this is where some stuff gets different. We have a FedEx MD-10 over here. This is now the FedEx. Instead of it being the International Cargo Terminal, this is the FedEx Cargo Terminal now. This is just getting ready to be pushed back for a flight to Memphis. And I made a fire station out of Legos here. Just pulled into the stand, we have a FedEx MD-11. This just came in from Dallas Fort Worth and it's gonna make a flight over to Louisville. We have a C5 just dropping. It's just picked up some cargo for a military. Well, it picked up parts for a military aircraft and they're gonna bring it over to Seattle later. This Lufthansa 747-8. This is making a flight over to Frankfurt. And now to the new part. This is a new board. Still has to be painted, but where this Air Canada 767 is, that actually leads to where this Lufthansa 747 is. So that's the way that goes. And then this over here this is like a runway 10 left over here. Well, I mean, the runway isn't really here, but you know, there's one of the high-speed taxiways. This Delta 767-300 just came in from Minneapolis and it's gonna make a flight over to London Heathrow later. WestJet 737-800. This just came in from Calgary and it's gonna make a flight over to Calgary later. Qatar 777-300. You can see where I put the stuff that's not being used in the airport in the background. This just came in from Doha. It's gonna make a flight over there later. And now we have a new terminal. This is Terminal 8. it used to be an Eastern Airlines terminal at my airport. Well, I kind of made up a history for it. This used to be Eastern Airlines, and when Eastern stopped service in 1991, it wasn't really used anymore. Same thing with over here. But we have a Southwest 737-300 just pushing back for a flight to, hold on, this is going to Dallas Love and came from Houston Hobby. Southwest 737-700, this is going to Baltimore and came from Chicago Midway. Spirit A319. This is going to Detroit and came from Detroit. This is an MD Spirit gate right here. We have an Allegiant MD-80. This was supposed to go to Las Vegas around now, but there was some mechanical issues with it, so now it's delayed by a few hours. And Hawaiian and Allegiant share a gate because Allegiant only has one flight out, and that's around 3 to 4-ish p.m. And Hawaiian's flights normally come in later or the next day, early in the morning. So this Hawaiian A330, they're just gonna test out the gate after Allegiant leaves. He's gonna make a flight over to, this was a ferry flight from Los Angeles. Now, over here we have a Air Canada Rouge 767-300. This is the second GAA route. This is going to Sydney Arms or YWGSC Aviation's airport. Now over to Terminal 8 Concourse B, we have a Delta Saab 340. This is going to Tallahassee and came from Fort Walton Beach. Delta Connection CRJ 700 just pushed back for a flight to Tulsa and it came from Chattanooga. Northwest Airlines CRJ 900, this is going to Toronto Pearson and it came from Pittsburgh. Now over here at the cargo area we have an Asiana 744 and a Cargolux 744 that just came from O'Hare. And this is the third new model. We have an Emirates A380 just getting some heavy service at the hard stands. Well, there's 3 hard stands over here. And it's not Terminal 7 or any other terminal because it won't fit. But this just came in from Dubai. And it's gonna make a flight over there at around 9 p.m. But yeah, that's the airport update. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said before, if you're in the GAA and you want a route, just put it in the comments. And I also have an Instagram now, so I'm gonna be posting pictures of the airport and like spotting pictures and stuff. So if you want to follow me, I'll follow you back if I know who you are. It's Josh M270. But yeah, that's the airport update, and see you next time.